come to a live archaeological site. Here's Adam, and he's going to tell us all about it.
Well, looking around the site, there are a few little clues as to its history. So this is interesting here. Look, I mean, we've got a recycled block here, a limestone stone. This wall is probably the older of the two, because if you look, you can see all these flat stones. Big bricks are more modern than small flat bricks. If we take a look closer to home here on the ground, you can see where there used to be a doorway leading into a building. So right now we're actually standing inside what was once the inside of a structure. If we look up along the wall, you can see firstly bits of plaster, secondly holes to support what could be a second floor. There's also a window up here, and there's another wall line just over there. So right now we're standing in a building that was once about 8 foot perhaps by 6 foot.
I'm talking to Toby about the excavation.
So this is the third time we've been digging on this site, and what we're doing in 2016 is looking in the areas that we haven't seen previously. For the next 7 weeks we're going to carry on in 2 trenches, and basically we're going to carry on with the excavation, taking it down layer by layer. So at the moment you've been round having a look and seeing what's going on, and I've got the excavation team working on recording. So what they're doing is they're recording a plan of a wall and the bits of the site next to the wall, so that before we take it away we've got a complete record going through. Now the site itself will hopefully get as early as Viking. At the moment we're going to be looking at, I would say, possibly the late 1800s, maybe the early 1900s. Loads of things going on, loads of finds. You've seen the guys talking through some bits, but there's trays. A nice piece of oyster shell there. This has actually got a bit of mortar stuck onto it, so it's ended up in the ground where they'd be rebuilding things. But the oyster shell, nice, cheap, simple food. Everybody thinks of oysters being posh now, but in the past they were really cheap. So here we've got some post-medieval pottery. It's characteristically post-medieval because the type of fabric, which is the actual body of the pottery, and the glaze on the outside, because it's metal, and this in case iron, we actually x-ray objects first. And if the x-ray shows that there's something interesting inside, we might clean a little bit of it up later on. This is probably a cow's toe, and the reason why you know it's a cow, cows walk on 2 toes. So if you see an animal that's walking around like that, they have asymmetrical toes, and if you look there, it's not symmetrical. So we've got a really, really busy urban archaeological site. It's one of those ones that we don't know what's happening until we've dug it, and we dig it to find out.
Well, thanks to Adam and Toby and everyone at the site. Back to the studio.